How goes it? Fluff underscore on underscore fire. Said. All good. J Forkfield 98. Said. Muted.
Any better now? Hopefully you can hear me. Hi there, guys. Welcome to the Fluff and Fire stream. So sorry, it was muted.
Said. Excellent, I'm just doing my scratches and having a smoke, then I gotta go in and work.
Fair enough, mate. Hopefully don't work too hard. So, the reason for me doing this now is a little bit of a rant at Apple.
98 said. That's better.
That's better, thank you. So it's a little bit of a rant, basically, at Apple. As everybody knows, they have a habit of monopolizing everything. So with Apple, you can only use Apple-supported devices, so on and so forth. And I think at the end of the day, it's never a good thing. Now, in my opinion, VR was brought out for gamers. Okay. When I was little, I used to go to shopping centres and you could see like virtual reality. This was years ago before Xbox, the first one came out and everything. So I had dreams and ambitions of becoming a VR.
I'll send a pic of the catwalk I made in the past 4 days.
I'll send a pic of the catwalk. Ooh, on the catwalk, yeah, on the catwalk. Yeah, send me a pic, bro. Yeah, so as I was saying, so I'm not being an advocate for Oculus. There are lots of other, headsets out there. And the good thing is there's a lot of companies wanting to invest in this, and it is predominantly for gamers. I think at the end of the day, the fact that Apple they're not even branding it for gamers, I think will be a flop on their behalf. It's going to be augmented reality as well as virtual reality. So it's going to be very highly priced, $3,500, only available in America to begin with next year. So it's going to be towards the rich. And even if I had that sort of money, from what they're putting out there, it's not enough for me to be able to want to buy it. I'm a gamer. This is why I do this. Okay, I've got, I've expanded my setup. So I started off with the basic Oculus Quest, which, as everyone knows, just had like the rubber band. But if you look at my headset now, okay, so I've got an attachment made by a separate company, smaller company. It's called a Bobo VR. The reason for this is I can attach battery packs like this. So I've got two of them. So because obviously this has got an integrated battery, then I can change this. So that was made by a smaller company. Haptic vest. Okay. So that I can feel vibrations. I can feel people shooting me, in essence, like in the back or whatever, it gives me feedback. So
hey Fluff, long time no see.
Hey there, Camper, how you doing? I'm having a rant.
How are you?
I'm very good, pal. Very good, pal. I'm just going on about the fact that at the moment, Apple, it's all over the news. You being a Brit as well, you're probably seeing $3,500 for what I see as a toy for the rich. But even then, I don't think it's going to work, and I think it's going to have a negative effect on the virtual reality market. I hope that it doesn't impact us too much, because
get in on the action.
it's a great market, growing market, and
stickers to learn
it's
how.
worth, I think
Kev
the gaming companies need to invest more money in what their content really.
Insane money.
100%. I don't know anyone who will. I don't know anyone who will spend that sort of money. As I was just saying, I mean, you all the smaller companies that can do additions and things that can be added on to existing, Valve Index, Pico, Oculus, tailor-making things to your own, personal, whatever you want to use it for. I mean, I'll give you an example. So, a gun stock, yeah? So I will shove my controllers on, and I've got a gun stock, with a strap and all that lot. You can get golfing attachments to play golf with, tennis rackets, you name it, all that sort of stuff. Smaller companies that we are that'll help with the gaming out there, the gaming better, more, are so you feel like you're in the game, which is what virtual reality is all to be about. Rather than the 2D screens, you're actually feeling like you're immersed. That's the word I was looking for. Immersed into it. So rather than me stand here and blab on exactly what it's all about, okay, I've got a tethered attachment for my Oculus, which leads to my PC. The reason for this is because I stream, and because it allows me to play for hours. Because when I use higher end games and start streaming, it uses more power, so it draws more power from the headset, and it kills it. So these batteries wouldn't last me long enough. Okay, so that is why I have a hookup here, also for a bit more speed. But I do use Virtual Desktop for the link. Right, I'm going to show you some of the content there is on VR that I use. Because this is what virtual reality is for. It's not for to be able to look at your Apple apps and your iTunes and everything else. That's just down to them and their content. The other thing is I've got to say about the Apple headset. I mean, we know that virtual reality doesn't work very well in like sunlight and things like that. So are we going to have like a load of rich Arabs walking around in the Gulf with these Apple headsets on, all being burnt out? Because let's face it, it's quite hot over there. You know what I mean? So you're going to have something strapped to your face. I mean, we didn't like the fact that we had masks strapped to our face through COVID. We don't mind sunglasses, but then you're going to have this thing walking around all the time. Don't get it. I really don't get it. Don't fathom it. So it's for gaming. It is for gamers. The biggest market is gamers. If you disagree with that, let me know. I'm more than happy to argue my point. I'll show you some of the stuff that basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into if I can just share my window, what I'll do is just bear with me whilst I just bring the window up, okay? So I'll come away from this screen and we will go to the list of my content. Launch Steam VR, okay? So in here I've got a lot of games. Not all of them I play. That's what you do. That's what happens. You have people that play games that they like, that they get addicted to. They want, and that's just the way it is. Yeah, so I'm just going to set up my share window. Sorry about this. 1 sec. It'd be a lot easier rather than just sharing the one window. So I'm going to set this up just to show you guys out there what I'm talking about. So let's go to the game capture window. Okay. And hopefully this will be what I'm looking at. All right. Let's try and see if this brings it up. I may have to do this bit by bit for you guys. So, virtual desktop streamer. Surely that would be it. You're not seeing the same screen? I won't be a sec. Never done this before like this. Normally I just tailor it to the games that I'm playing. So I'll tell you what I'll do is if I get rid of that and go to, hold on, Chrome capture maybe. Let's unhighlight that. Is that giving it the screen? No. Okay. So we'll do this the old-fashioned way, shall we? Let's go in. Obviously, you all know that I play Phasmophobia and everything else like that. So, just to give you a proper example of stuff, let's start with a high-end game. Okay, so an original one that was brought out. So I'm going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. I'm going to have to keep setting it up, going back to the same one bit by bit, right? But we're going to be showing you the quality of what games there are out there, what VR was brought out for. Yeah. So I just need to go to my OBS. What we do is we bring this one up, and we find the actual game capture. Okay, I'll go to properties, and here we go. Right, this is one of the high-end games, right? Personally, one of my favorite single-player games out there. Okay, so straight away, really half decent graphics. This is what we want. This is where we want virtual reality to get to. You know, so there's been a lot of modders and developers of their own adding bits and pieces to this. Here's all your add-ons. Yeah. So, you know, it's an extensive game, not in comparison to a lot of the, you know, big PC games out there. I mean, I had a conversation with one of my friends and he said, well, you know, how long is this game taken to complete? I think it was 8 to 10 hours or something like that, sort of flat out. And he's like, well, that's nothing in comparison to the games that are available on your Xboxes and PlayStations. Agreed. But then it's the playability, how much you can go back and play it again and again, and all the additional content that adds on more and more hours. So, like, you got the BioShock versions here. Yeah? So BioShock add-ons, which are really quite good. If you like the game, then there's tons to be able to do. You add on different pistols, do whatever stuff. So this is just an example of one game, you know, that is available on virtual reality. High end, this is the sort of stuff we want. AAA games, so we want the headsets to get a little bit smarter, a little bit better. We want, you know, better graphics. And then we still want to be able to keep all our goodies. Yeah, we want to keep our haptic vests. We want them to get better. We want our, you know, our the actual software we link up, our additions, all our other components made by smaller companies. We want that competition still there for the smaller companies to be able to make some money. When you have a big company that monopolizes everything, then you're stuck.
Said. Ready Player One.
Ready Player One. Yeah, 100%. 100%. That is VR, isn't it? Ready Player One. Yeah, we all want that. We all want to be able to get to that. That's what we all dream of. I mean, probably won't happen in my lifetime, but I'm seeing the development of it. You know what I mean? In 11 years, I'm going to be 60 years of age. Yeah, I'm going to be like one of the oldest gamers there is on the bloody platform, sort of thing. But I want to be there. I want to be developing with it. I want to be sat there in my wheelchair playing Call of Duty or whatever. You know what I mean? So, and still kicking your asses, boys. Likely. So that's what it's all about. It's about being able to have stuff like this, even the lower end games, they make them so okay, you're not as immersed in them, but they're making the content of the games really good. I play a game called Phasmophobia, Ghost Hunting. The graphics is really like, basic. It's like Xbox One sort of stuff, but the gameplay ability of it is immense, and the camaraderie and the people that you meet, and that's also another thing about gaming. It's being able to meet lots of different people. I've made loads of friends. I've got Camper Strike, I've got Toasty, Defender Fox. I've got loads of people that I've met over time, and I keep meeting more and more people. And people in, I'm meeting people in Russia, in Ukraine. They're fighting each other at the moment. But my God, when I'm talking to them online, there's none of that politics going on. It's a different thing. It does bring people together. There is goodness in the internet. So when you bring out something that monopolizes, and it's something like the Apple,
said, I don't think graphics matters as much in VR. Once you've become immersed in the game, it doesn't matter.
No, 100%, you're right. You're right. Contractors, where me and you met. Contractors, it's an immersive game. You're getting in there. When it came out as its basic model, Contractors, which I tell you what, I'm going to put it on now. 1 minute. It's a good idea. All right. So let me go to Contractors, just so I can give a good example. Sure. So I'm 100% in agreement with you there. We met on it. The graphics are quite poor in comparison to begin with, and then it's got better, and then you've got all the personal developers making their own maps. So Parhelion, who's one of my friends, made one of the maps and came second place in the map contest, I believe it was. So for the developers, he wasn't paid for that. You're right. So his time sitting there developing stuff for everyone else to be able to play on and get immersed in. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is let me take you to that screen so you can see it as well, what I'm talking about. So let's come off that. Come on then, give me the screen. I tell you what, that's the problem. You sort of, obviously all the time having to sort of shift positions, but now, there we go. I don't know why the screen is so small, but what I'll do is I'll enlarge the bloody thing. For some reason it's done now.
Camper Striker,
but there we go.
Said, Contractors has a great community, meet some many good people.
Contractors has got an awesome community. Absolutely awesome. You are right about that. I can still pick up the game after not playing for weeks and go back to
Camper Striker,
lots of people I've met online.
To them more than people I know in real life, rolling on the floor laughing.
Yes, exactly that. Exactly that, pal. You're very right. The community is amazing. I mean, we played League. We had the opportunity to do some real fun things and grow, and everyone helps each other out, and everyone can talk about their problems and everything else. You pick up the best of friends. That best of friend could be America, could be Russia, could be anywhere. Yeah, and it's like you're not going to get that. You're not going to get that by monopolizing a product and keeping it for just the flaming rich. So I'm not an advocate of it, and I don't want to see them sort of succeed in monopolizing this, because I think it's going to degrade what actually happens with the rest of us, all our stuff. I mean, these games, these are all mods made by the community. You know what I mean? A lot of effort. Some of them, not as good as others, I'd admit, but still, these are people putting in their time and effort into these games. It's something you're not going to get from a device like Apple's AR, VR. You can see the graphics are not okay. You know, I'm playing on PC, so the graphics can be a bit better than standalone. But the standalone on this is good anyway. I mean, I can increase my resolution, and I can, you know, I can make everything a lot smarter. Oh, so you know, in the standalone game, you don't get to see. Oh, I'm turning a bit quick. See the leaves in such detail. You don't have the grass content, things like that, but still a very, 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 very playable game. It's about the playability of the game, you know, the mechanics. You know, you got the kick of the gun, take the mag out, grab the mag off your chest, cock it, change what you want on your gun, everything like that. Claymores, plant them on the ground, yeah? Bloody samurai sword. You know, all these sort of things that just, you how do I say this? It's gonna ruin VR if you end up with a company like Apple just trying to take over and pricing themselves out the market anyway. I mean, if I had the money, I would rather buy a Valve Index. I'd buy a second-hand one, you know, rather than wasting my money on something that I'm going to wear for maybe 10 minutes of the day, sort of, because let's admit it, right, VR is not the most comfortable at times. When you buy the Oculus Quest 2, and it comes with this little bit of elastic, it's not comfortable, it's very front-end heavy. So I've got this, you know, and you slam a battery on the back, and then suddenly it's no longer top-heavy. The weight is dispersed evenly. I find that obviously, you know, with my current setup, my headphones on and everything like that, yeah, it's all a bit clunky and everything else, but, you know, I'm staying inside and I'm gaming. I'm not going outside and walking around with a bloody VR strapped to my head. I'd look a right pillock. Yeah. That'd also be a target for theft. You know, maybe even a target for cars that I don't see when I cross the road, you know. So I don't think we're in that era yet of augmented reality. You'll be able to walk around the streets and just like, you know, phone people, use your PC and what have you. Not quite there.
Sadly, Zero pay flock to Apple and as you say will make people think VR isn't accessible. Huge shame as VR is a lot of people outlet from their issues.
100%. 100%, mate. You're very right. Yeah, so it is. It's an escapism, right? So we've all got a lot of things going on in our lives. Okay, we all go to work or whatever, you know, and then go home, and we have, you know, anxieties on the increase. I mean, when I was younger, anxiety wasn't really that heard of. It was obviously there, but it wasn't really heard of. You know, what the devices that people used to have back then was, you know, go down to the pub and get absolutely shit-faced, drink tons and see your mates, and then do it again the next day, do it again the next day, or drugs or whatever, yeah? So, you know, I like my alcohol just as much as the next man. I don't drink excessively. I'm sure my wife wouldn't approve of it if I did. But, you know, she doesn't mind me doing this. She loves me doing this because at the end of the day, she can call me and I'm not going to be trying to drag me from a pub pissed up. You know, so my wife at the moment is not very well. She goes into hospital this Monday coming. This is true, and she's going to have a major operation, and it's going to be a life changer, a total life changer. It's going to absolutely turn our lives completely, you know, upside down, if you get what I mean. And it might even affect my streaming actually going out there, not being as often. It doesn't mean I won't, but I will. You know, I will do it, but as long as I'm keeping my wife happy, you know, so she can maybe from the top of the stairs be sort of like, I need you. And I can literally just take the headset off, wander up the stairs. Yeah, I'm close by. It sounds sad, you know, I'm a sad old gamer, and it's sort of frowned on by a lot of people, but, you know, that's what rocks my boat. You know, I love being able to do this. I love the people I meet. I love being able to talk to you guys. I love being just one thing I love about doing streaming, is I want to be able to talk to people whether I know them or not. I want to be able to get feedback. I want people to interact with me. You know, tell me I'm shit, get off. That's that's what it's all about. I'm trying to share my experiences and I'm trying to push, and sort of say, you know what, virtual reality gaming is awesome. It's about meeting people. It's the community. It's the fun you can have. And ignore all the toxic players. You'll get that wherever you are. Yeah, you get that online. Just going on bloody YouTube or whatever, you're going to get toxic people. There's bullying at schools through phones and everything else, but this is an escapism. You can be someone you're not. Put a bloody mask on, be hidden. Yeah. This is just the beginnings of virtual reality, my opinion. I mean, it's still early days. There's a lot to come from it, and the investment really should be going to the developers and the game makers out there. A little bit more maybe into the devices we wear, but to be honest, I mean, this is good. This works for me. It hasn't broken down. It's worked well. I know that different people have different issues, and it's not always across the board. It is that some people will just maybe have things burn out or worn out or whatever, and then maybe you have to replace it. But Oculus, as an example, because I'm using them, I've had a controller break, so I send it back and replace it for free. That's the sort of support that you want. I know that Oculus apparently lost $30 million. Facebook, I should say, Facebook with the VR, with the Oculus. And I know that Apple invested something like $2 billion, $3 billion or something like that into their augmented VR headset. I forget the name off the top of my head. I mean, it's not sticking in there. It's just, I saw the news earlier today and it just pissed me right off. I just thought, this is gonna take it away from us a bit. It's not the way that people want to go. What the hell are they playing at? Let's all root for the smaller boys. Let's root for the new Valve when it comes out. Let's root for the new Oculus 3 when it comes out, the Steam headset. Let's root for them, because that's what's going to keep it alive. It can only grow from there. The games can get better. I'm going to keep waffling to you, but I mean, at the end of the day, I'm going to show you some other stuff, because obviously this is contractors at the moment. I'm not going to go and play any games for you at the moment, because that's not what I'm here to do. I'll play some games later on. Let's have a look. I mean, I've got a huge content of stuff I downloaded off Steam VR. And I love trying out some of the newbies. I've tried out a new one now, Project X VR. Okay, so this is a smaller one. This has literally just come out, so I may as well show you this. Okay, now this is actually, I believe, made by a Ukrainian guy, all on his own. Let me just bring up the main screen for you. So you can see what I am looking at, and you'll see what it's like. Now it's called Zona. Okay. Hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm seeing. I'll check. Yep, there you go. So, by A Gaming Plus, indie developer, not developers. This is by one. Okay, so it's alright. It's not finely polished yet. It needs some work. It's a good old-fashioned zombie type style shoot 'em up sort of thing. Yeah, with a storyline.
Я народився і виріс у Києві, але майже нічого не пам'ятаю про мирні безтурботні часи до того, як світ рухнув у полум'я атомних вибухів. Я був зовсім юним. З майже 7 мільярдів жителів планети живими залишилося.
В общем, Серега, слушай меня внимательно. Это не просто вылаз.
So as you can see, as you could hear, I'm no professional in Russian or Ukrainian, but I'm sure this is made by a Ukrainian guy. You can see the English now in writing. Let's go to the training section, for instance. All right, so this is one guy who's done this. Yeah.
Incoming message.
So it's got the usual sort of mechanics. Oh, if I pick up a gun, put it in, pocket, shoot my friend. Yeah. All the usual grump. I don't know what this is. Let's get rid of that. And all of you out there, something you may recognize. Hopefully, if I can do it. It's an old backpack to store stuff in. Isn't that Ghost of Tabor style? Yeah? You're right. And then you've got, like, obviously, stim packs, things like that. You've got the mechanics for a pistol. Boom. Boom. Say goodbye, my little friend. Hello. Well, there we go. So, I've not really sat down and played this, so I've got bottles to shoot. You know what I mean? Let's go. Let's come out of this. Let's have a look at what the actual gameplay is like for this. Let's just go and have a little look. So this is brand new. It's going to be developed more. The guys are actually going to be putting more into it. So there are more people that will play stuff like this that will come from it. Yeah, so this is just a version of stuff you can do.
Я народився і виріс у Києві, але майже нічого не пам'ятаю про мирні безтурботні часи до того, як світ рухнув у полум'я.
Серега, слушай меня внимательно. Это не просто...
Bye-bye. Let's go. Continue. It's probably going to be all the beginning usual, you know, it's going to take a little while to get into this, so I'm just going to show a few things. So, oh, nice carpet on the wall. Oh. Okay. So you can see, the graphics are not stupendous, but the gameplay, I've not put enough into this yet, really, to be able to make a comment on what I think of it yet. But it's going to develop. It's going to get bigger. This is one person's, you know. So this guy was, yeah, whatever. Tell the truth. Next. Because I'm all about telling the truth. Okay. So, it's not polished, you can tell. But you got to like where it's coming from. I mean, the detail on the trees is quite good. The detail on the walls, the plants, you know, is not too bad. The helicopters, the skyline, it's a bit murky, but I suppose that's the way it's meant to be. Yo, dude, no, don't want to talk to me. Oh, excuse me. So, there's obviously a lot of thought gone into this, and look at the reeds. It's the sound effects that we actually got. The sound as you further away, as you get closer, it gets louder. There's been a lot of thoughts into this. But, you know, interactiveness of it all and what have you. I'm not reading bugger all at the moment. I just want to give you a sightseeing tour as... So, I take it I go out this door? I won't shoot him. But, you know, I'm looking forward to, basically graphics just getting better. So, okay, I'm going to come out of this now. So I wish you could see the selection of games at the moment that I've got. So, the games I have got, and I'll tell you, I got Survive, one of my old favourites, Breaches, War Dust, Among Us, Phasmophobia, Walkabout, Devore, Paradise Hotel, Standout Virtual, VR Battle Royale, that is, Veil, you know, Propagation, Agony VR, Ghost of Tabor, Half-Life 2, the mod, Guardians Frontline, Requisition, VR Chat. I mean, let's let's look at this for something funny to look at. Yeah, something that's a bit wild, a bit mad out there, completely sort of a diverse take on sort of other games that are available. Then we bring it up. We bring up the screen as soon as it wants to load, that is. Maybe because it needs an update, I'm not sure. Let me just check, see what's going on with it. I haven't played this one in a while, but this is like, this is the full release update requisition. And you would not believe the things you can see in this. I mean, yeah, I would say some of it is not exactly child friendly. Hopefully it'll come up, and I have streamed this a couple of times. It's just funny. You could have a great laugh, and you know, with a good bunch of mates. Okay, it seems like we're going in. So what I'll do is, no further ado, I'll just bring up that screen. Takes a moment or two to switch it over. Come on. Game capture. Let's change it. And you should be seeing what I see. There we go, it's loading. Hopefully it won't take long for it to finish loading up. Yeah. Give it a moment. It's obviously got a bit of an update, bit of a thing going on right now, hence the spinning bloody wheel. So what would you guys want out there? Do you want to be able to have like a headset that you can just listen to your phone, like an extension of your phone? And probably if it's Apple, then it's only going to be Apple games, like the apps that you got. Or do you want virtual reality to go further? Do you want to be able to have a bigger selection? Do you want smaller companies and developers to be making great content? Do you want to have all the additions? Do you want the immersion? I think
one day the fog game.
Skip through this anyway. So let's close out. I'm standing. Thank you. Calibrate. Yeah. Boom. Done. Okay. Let's just go. Let's go single player. So I'm not going to want to get talking to loads of people right now. Okay. I'll just show you some of the madness involved in this game. The first time I played this, it's just like having such a laugh and tease at people. So that's my character. So I like to call this character Nasty. It's a joke I've got with one of my guys, one of my followers, one of my teammates. So Nasty's a welder, and this is what I think Nasty wears to work. The whole lot, the whole shebang. So anyway, you can tailor make how you want your guy to look. You know, headdress is, headdress is, you know what I mean? There we go. Where's the little mushroom head gone? Let's give him back his mushroom head, shall we? Oh, it's not there. So maybe I've lost your... Let's go with a hard hat. Okay, so in this game, right, nearly everything you can pick up. You know, a bit like Half-Life Alyx, and throw it and do whatever stuff. So this has changed a little bit, because there seems to be a lot less going on here. There was a lot more stuff. So let me go and see if the... yeah, they've definitely changed a lot in this since last time I played. Let's go and see if they've still got... Oh, they haven't. So this used to be a passion wagon, bit of a love mobile. Now, if you look at any of my older streams, isn't that just like Phasmophobia, this? Just like Phasmophobia. The same sort of stuff. But in here, there used to be a bed. Great big pink bed. And there were basically a load of sex toys. And what you could do with said sex toys, get off, is, for instance, surely there's a way that you can tape these together. Oh, shit. No, that's not going to work. Well, the idea was that basically to be able to survive on all the different versions of the maps, you got the story and everything, it's another zombie sort of thing. You tape together weapons. You got a deathmatch, horde, loads of different maps. Yeah, survival and everything. So you can tape together and make weapons, right? You can collect stuff to be able to build traps, make explosives, and you can work as a team of 4. You can work on your own. So 1, 2, 3. What the fuck is that? 4 places in which to be able to spawn from. Well, here's one of the weapons you can make. Yeah, these are what you need. You need to find a blower. You need to find a blowtorch. Ta-da! You made yourself a homemade flamethrower. A book killer. DIY rifle. A drill, a spade, and a clamp. All your basic necessities, really, aren't they? You've got yourself a pipe cutter. You got a standard knife and probably a 10mm 10mm wrench. You know, because at the end of the day, anyone who works as a mechanic or sparky or anything like that, it's the one tool that one measurement you never can find. It's always the bloody 10mm that goes missing. There's your blade. There's the health of the blade. You know, this has changed so much. Actually, you can use that bloody fan. What have we got in here? Well, there is one here, isn't it? So you can get a pistol. AK-74. Oh, see, I've not come back and looked at this, so maybe I should spend more time, but, you know, I think it'd be great to get more of you guys in on board. Well, I don't know. Do you reckon you can even go up a ladder? Didn't want to climb it. So anyway, so there's stuff like this, which is good, which is awesome. Ghost of Tabor, I'm not a big favourite of that. Maybe that will change over time. Maybe it'll get better. There are some great single-player games out there. Some great multiplayer games that really, I think, need a bit more of a shout-out, and, you know, they could get a bit more of a following. Let's see if they can get this one booted up. You know, for you guys out there love your battle royales, which I believe the new contractors is going to come out with a bigger, better version of the battle royale. So this is made by the same guys. They made a couple of games. War Dust. Yeah. So let me go to the game capture again. We change it over to this one's called Standout. It's not a big title. Yeah, it really isn't. I just need to see why on earth it's not being the whole screen. Well, I don't understand. Let's just see if I can change the properties of it. Give me a second. No. Let's go to... Let me see if I can get it. Scale, transform. Fit to screen. No, not quite. Let's try again. Just so you can... where is it? Transform. Stretch to screen. There we go. There we go. Alright. So, this one, guys, is your Battle Royale in VR. So, you've got loads of equipment, controls, what have you. Let's just go straight in and do a little bit of Battle Royale. there's so much available on games on Steam. They're not overpriced. Everything is relatively cheap. The graphics are pretty good in this one, to be honest. The movement is pretty good. You know, so you've got your health, there's your map. Just to show you a little bit more. It needs a bit more development as far as I'm concerned in the game, but it hasn't got the biggest following yet. And the mechanics are great. Yeah, so I've got to reach a little bit. What's all that there? What have we got here? Smoke. Oh. Let's get one of these bad boys on the go. And let's go find someone to shoot. Because that's what it's all about. Hello, mate. Yeah. Finally get him. Oh, who else is shooting at me? There's someone in there. Oh, yeah, that's not good. Let's get that in there. Where are you going? Oh, and there I am, dead. Obviously, my bullets don't have that much of an effect. So, you know, this is a good game, and the map obviously closes down. It's what you expect from VR. If I go back in here, the guy's probably in here. No. Oh, shit. He's there, though. I've just forgotten what crouch is. Oh, shit. Stop it. Oh, shit. No. Don't do that to me. So many more guns around. Should we see if I can just pick up my gun? Whoa! There we go. He's gone. Oh well, didn't manage. But if you can see the vastness of this map, yeah, boats and everything you can get onto, and then it all closes down as you'd expect. Different places where your weapons spawn, different things you can do. So this, an underestimated game in my opinion. You can find health, you can find this, that, and everything else. Oh look, you got a little sniper rifle. Get your boys in on the action doing this one. Oh, where went the cock? For some reason. Well, don't know. That normally works fine. Oh, here we go. Here's one of the devices I was talking about. So what's this one? Oh, it's a hidey place. Haha. I have some cover now. Why can't the bloody sniper rifle work? I do not know. Oh, I'm being shot at. I come in peace. You're a shit shot. Did he? Oh. Getting closer. Oh, not yet, me. So I'm nearly dead. So, anyway. Oh, shit. I'm totally dead now. Stuff like this. Look at the graphics of the water. Although I'm walking on water, I'm like Jesus now. Right, either that or it's very, very shallow all the way out to sea, and the boat has literally got a very shallow hole to the bottom of it. Okay, so there we go. It goes in. I'm waffling on now, but this is basically what will happen when you go into the game. We'll stop waffling on anyway for you guys. I'll show you a few more games, and this is why VR. This is what VR is made for. It's made for the gamers. If you want to be able to sit around, listen to music, and sort of have a PC sort of strapped to your face, you can do all that with this. But the thing is, you're not going to be tied to Apple. You can sit there and listen to bloody Spotify. You can look at your computer screen. You can work everything from the computer screen. You don't need the controllers now. You can have the full, using your hands, seeing your hands, and that will develop more and more. So there we go. There's the zone. I can parachute my way in, like these guys. Cooey. These are all AI. I doubt there's any real players on here. Quickly run, get a gun, da-da-da. Oh, if there's anything around. But this would be great fun. Get yourself on with some people. Yes, this you need a PC for, but there's plenty of other games out there on the standalone stuff. If I'm an advocate of anything, I'm an advocate of the PC because I consider myself into VR properly. When I first started out on VR, it was with what do you call it now? PlayStation VR, the very first one, yeah. So I'm going to show you some other stuff anyway whilst I'm here. Whilst this loads up, PlayStation VR, and believe you me, the games that came out with it, they're not very good games. The best game that there was called Firewall Zero. Once again, its graphics were quite sort of basic end, but the playability of it was great. It was sort of a Rainbow Six sort of style game. It's definitely one that I think would work well on Steam, on Oculus and things like that. I'm just going to switch the screen now so you can see what I've brought up. If you're the sporting fans and whatever and just want some fun, then this is a title that I love to play. And when I'm with the guys and we just want to have a chilled out time, this is just a fun game. We normally all get together, we have a drink. It's about the community, it's about us all, me with some with like Identity Crisis, Rotty Mama, my Second Breakfast crew and everybody else, Defender Fox, people like that. So we can get together and you can have a laugh playing a bit of crazy golf. Yeah, have a drink safely at home, not going out to the pub getting absolutely shit-faced. Go and smack a few balls around some real proper crazy golf, which I'm hopeless at, by the way. I'm very well renowned for being absolutely dog shit at this game. So actually got a hit. So this is just one-handed. You can buy the golf club thing if you really want. There's golfing games out there you can do seriously. There's flight sims. Look at this. Look at the graphics on this. There's not a lot of detail in the trees or anything like that, but it's the playability of it, the physics for the game. Little putts. And that, just missed. Told you I'm no good at this game too. I'm working shot like a pro. And this is what it's all made for. There's really fun stuff you can do on this, which you're not going to get with your Apples and what have you, which are I think they're going to take all this away from us, being able to have this they're not too careful. It's all this stuff, these sort of games, what have you, aren't going to get better, and we're not going to get more and more content like this, which is frightening. I mean, it's not going to be right as far as I'm concerned. I hope it doesn't. I hope at the end of the day that virtual reality and, you know, competitors like Oculus, like Steam, like your Index, you know, supersede past your Apple overpriced $3,500 bullshit as far as I'm concerned. You know, this is great. This, by the way, lads, Friday night, it's got to be a piss up. It's got to be drinking time. We've got to be playing a bit of this. I wonder where the raft. I've never jumped on the raft. I wonder if it does something. I'm going to show you one last game. Because I mean, I could stay here and go on through loads and loads and loads. You've seen a good selection of games. Another one that's great for community. If you've got some people all together, and it's just the good fix on it is pretty basic beyond belief. The gameplay, however, is immensely fun for a community. You and your friends just to be able to get together, right? Let me see if I can bring it up for you right now. Right, it's available in two options, this game. Right, you can play it on a PC without VR, or you can play it in VR. It's a very well-known game. At the end, what you've got to do, you know, let's go. Let's just go into a quick match, shall we? Right, you're going to figure out who is like the killer. And they've got to lie their way to pretend that they're not. Check out the graphics on this. See? We're alive let's come back out of that. Hello. So, it's probably for the kids right now, but let's see if I can.
We got 5 people. No, we're gonna wait for
Very good, very
Yes.
Okay, so you've got all the different options and everything. So, that'll do me. Right, basic graphics. That's me. Nothing much for my character.
One imposter, kill back.
But I swear if I've got nothing to prove.
So, the idea of this is someone's the imposter and others. I've got to figure out who the imposter is. I wonder why I can't get rid of that screen. Go away. Go away. How does that go? Come down, he knows how that disappears. Oh, there we go. So you've got tasks to do. I think I'm stuck. Oh. So when you're playing this with your mates and what have you, and you've got someone running around trying to kill you, and they can come out of a little place like this and everything else, and you've got to you've got to sort of lie to protect yourself, and the other guys have got to be able to figure out who it is and vote them out. Immensely fun. The graphics are just basic. Yeah? Really, really 2D. But it works. There we go.
Based!
Black! It's black!
I blame this one.
I saw him kill me. He killed me.
What?
Yeah!
We're empowered.
So there we go. Lots of chaos, as you could tell, but I think you can get a numerous amounts of people playing this. So basically, that is going to be my rant over.
J Forkfield 98 said, Oh my, rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing.
You like that, Jack? That's a good game. You know, it is a really good game to play. It is such fun. If you just have a group of people and then, you know, you just, one person's doing their best to lie about the fact that they are the killer and get someone else actually kicked out the airlock.
J Fork Thielad,
You know what I mean?
Said, I play it on PC, ha ha ha.
So yeah, so you know what it's about. So it's a top game. Yeah, I love. You know, this is why I'm advocate for VR. I mean, a lot of the games that you guys can play on your PC standalone.
D3 Fender Fox.
You can play
Said,
on. No, I'm not playing Among Us, Fox. I'm having a rant. I'm going through showing people content of why VR is good and why Apple are bringing out a bag of shit.
Or us this around.
It
Stream
is.
stickers. Said, get in on the action by slapping a stream sticker.
So, because you just joined Fox, it's $3.5 grand for the Apple thing, VR. And the Apple VR thing is, I think it's just going to take away the whole, you know, why we got into VR. It's going to ruin it a bit. Yes, it is a different market. Yes, it's overpriced. I'm glad of that. I just hope it doesn't impact on the sort of content that we have and the games we can play. I mean, if you want to see the sort of stuff that is available out there and what's made by smaller developers and made by some of the, you know, there's some of the bigger ones, look at the content of games that there are available on Steam, what's available, you know, watch the YouTube videos. It's only got 300 quid for, you know, on Oculus. This only costs, you know, you can get secondhand all bits. You can get all this gump that I've got, and you don't have to have it straight away. You don't have to get it overnight. You just build up on it slowly but surely. You know, I'm not going to be one of these people that's walking around the streets who's going to be, let me just change screen. So, I'm not going to be one of these people that's going to be walking around the street looking like a dick with something strapped to my face so that I can look at my iTunes, look at my, you know, all only stuff. I know from what I've seen of the specs of it that as for the augmented reality, when you're using AI, it is very good. It's, you know, it's superb sort of visuals and everything, and what people will be able to see on the front is your actual eyes, you know, and then if they're using virtual reality, they will be sort of clouded over. The augmented reality might be an amazing thing. I think it's going to be better used for like businesses and things like that. But virtual reality was bought out for gamers. Virtual reality is where we want to see the development. You tell me I'm wrong. So, I mean, I'll be streaming later on tonight. I'm going to be playing Phasmophobia because, you know, I used to be strict playing contractors all the time. And that's because I played in a league. I played with Defender Fox, if you're still there, you know, with my gun stock and all that, all the other gizmo, you know, that's why I bought this. So I could feel the gunshots. You know, I could feel myself being shot in the back enough to be able to maybe spin around and shoot them first. You know, I haven't played it that much lately, but it's still one of my firm favourites. They are going to be coming out with an update on it. They have been talking about it, and I don't think we should shoot the developers too much. You know what I mean?
So will I, and I still got half my edibles left.
Good. Well, I hope you are on later, and you're not too stoned later. So I'm probably going to be playing a bit of it this afternoon, but not streaming it, pal. If you fancy joining me, so. Yeah, Phasmophobia, what me and Fox are talking about right now is a ghost hunting game. You got to figure out the ghost. Yeah. It's what Jack the lad, who's also on here, I've met him. He plays it on the PC without being VR, but we can play together and we can interact and we have a great laugh. And he's you know, there's a certain crew of people that I play together on on games. You know, and I want to keep with these guys. I love being able to be a streamer and play with lots of different people, but also I've got my firm favourite player base that I like to play with. Jack Filad he's another streamer, by the way. So if you look at the bottom of my screen for recommended streamers, you'll see Jack
I was
Filad's
more
link
tired
there.
yesterday than anything else was going on Zorb balls all of yesterday, so I was knackered.
You were knackered, pal. That spoke it really quickly to me. I'll see what it says. I was more tired yesterday than anything else. I was going on Zorb balls all yesterday, so I was knackered. Zorb balls? I don't know what that is. So, it's hard for me to keep waffling on.
My bones
What's he saying now? Your what is still aching? Oh, I've lost it. I'm going to come back out of that screen. My bones still aching. That's obviously having done too much of it. I mean, right, guys, the two that are there right now, Jack and Fox. I'm going to finish this off because I'm going to stream it later tonight because it's always better a little bit later on to be streaming it, I think. This is just a general rant, and I have a lot of people who actually end up watching my content back after rather than coming watching it live. And it's an appeal to you guys. Just basically, let's keep the VR going. Let's back the smaller companies. Let's go for if you're into gaming. Let's work together as a community. Let's all be together and let's just enjoy this. This is what it's all about. But if you guys, Fox, Jack, are up for a couple of games of Phasmo now, which is a great game. Graphics are not stupendous, but the playability is absolutely awesome. I'm going to come off this. Hit me up on Discord or on that's point, Jack. You need to get on Discord or on Steam Chat, and let's get a game going. And if any of you new out there, and I meet you along the way in games, I look forward to playing with you. I look forward to meeting you guys. Let's grow the community. So I'm going to go now. I think you've seen enough. I think you've seen, where VR is right now, where it can be, what we can do, and the future is hopefully just going to be bigger and brighter, better games, better. Let's not give the developers too much of a hard time, because without them, we wouldn't have, whether you like it or not, some of their content and what have you, it's you're not going to have this. You're not going to have the VR. So let's stay behind them a bit, guys. Anyway, I'm going to leave you guys and have yourselves all a good day, good afternoon, good morning, whenever you decide to watch this. Take care now.